Guys, it's Stunt Week and Frank is back. With a sudden, fierce lunge, Frank's hand darts forward, seizing Matthew by the throat with a vice-like grip. No! Clara's scream pierces the air as she watches in horror, paralysed by the sheer brutality unfolding before her eyes. Matthew's eyes widen in shock and disbelief as he struggles against Frank's iron grip. His breaths coming in rhyme gasps as the life is squeezed from his body. Desperation claws at his chest as he fights for her, his fingers clawing at Frank's hand in a futile attempt to break free. But Frank's grip is unyielding. His fingers like steel as they tighten around Matthew's throat. With relentless force, with a final gust of grasp, Matthew's struggle begins to falter, his vision swimming with black spots as the darkness closes in around him. In the blink of an eye, it's over. No! Matthew's lifeless body slumps to the ground, his eyes staring blankly ahead as Frank releases his grip, his expression cold and devoid of remorse. Clara's cries of extinguished fill the air as she rushes to Matthew's side. Her hands tremulously cradles his lifeless form in her arms. With a chilling smirk, Frank turns to face Clara, his eyes burning with malice as he revels in the devastation he has wrought. "You're next," he sneers, his voice dripping with venom as he advances towards her. His intention's clear. As Clara recoils in horror, her mind racing with fear and desperation. She knows that she is facing the fight of her life. With Matthew gone, she is all alone against the darkness and that now threatens to consume her. Her only hope for survival resting in her ability to outwit the monster that now stands before her. To be continued. No, Matthew, rest in peace! Oh, R.I.P. Matthew. Matthew did not deserve. Frank has killed Matthew. Matthew Rodriguez did not deserve to die. Rest in peace, Matthew. But can Clara escape Max? Can Clara escape Frank? To be continued.
Hey Claudia, hey babe. Merry Christmas. I've got a USB with my dad's final message for me on it, and I thought it was the perfect time to play it.
Your dad was an incredibly brave man, Clara. He battled that dementia as hard as he could. If it wasn't for Frank,
Don't even mention him. He's gone, and that's the main thing. Let's remember the good things with Joseph.
Clara, can I have a word?
Wait a minute, Matthew.
No, now!
Okay, chill out. What's this about Matthew?
You know, I've supported you so long through whatever illness you have, so you owe me the truth. What is going on? Are you sleeping with someone else?
Are you insane? You really are so insecure? And you do this at Christmas Day of all days.
You listen to me, Clara.
Let go of my arm, Matthew. You are hurting
Tell me the truth. You self-righteous bitch.
Did you just call me a bitch? That's it, Matthew. We are over. I will play my father's last Christmas, and we are done. How dare you put your hands on me?
Good play, daddy's little tape, then run away, little tramp. Go run away to your secret fling. And don't you worry, I will find out what you're hiding.
Just stay away from him, Matthew.
Looking back on my life, it's hard to understand how time just seems to fly when you're an older man. Whatever happened to all the dreams I had and all those crazy plans I never got the chance to do? They just slipped right through my hands. Well, looking back on all I've learned, I find it hard to tell if there really is a heaven or if there really is a hell. It's an age-old conversation, it's been had since dawn began, but you seem to spend more time on it when you're an older man, an older man, an older man. And this could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well, for I know so well there's no encore. I often wonder what it is that we're all craving for, some kind of justification. Now our time is getting short. Is it intelligence or arrogance that makes us feel there must be more? We can accept the fact this could be it, and it leaves us so unsure, so unsure. So unsure. Well, they say that wisdom comes with age, but that's not always the case. You'd be a fool to judge a wise man by the lines upon his face. Well, I know I've done some stupid things, some things I can't forget, but no time left now to put them right is the one thing I regret. I regret. I regret. This could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well, for I know so well there's no encore. And this could be my last song, my final swan song, before the curtain call. And I hope I played my part well, for I know so well there's no encore.
Alright guys, we're back. Let's see what's going on now. Back! That's about Matthew there, bro. Matthew's been going crazy. When was like, Matthew, I don't know. Like that. Matthew sat hunched over his computer, the soft glow of the screen illuminating his tense features. His fingers danced across the keyboard with practiced precision, navigating through folders and files with an air of secrecy. As he clicked through tabs and scrolled through pages, a furrow formed between his brows, betraying the intensity of his focus. There was something he was hiding, something buried deep within the digital labyrinth of his device. With each passing moment, the weight of his secret hung heavy in the air, a silent presence that lingered between the lines of code and the click of keys. His eyes darted back and forth, scanning the screen with a sense of urgency, as if he was searching for answer to questions he dared not to speak out loud. But behind the facade of concentration there was a flicker of uncertainty in Matthew's eyes, a hint of guilt that lingered just beneath the surface. He knew that whatever he was hiding held the power to unravel the carefully constructed facade he presented to the world, yet he couldn't bring himself to confront the truth. As the minutes ticked by, Matthew's resolve wavered, his fingers flattening on the keys, as doubt gnawed at the edges of his conscience. With a heavy sigh, he closed the lid of his laptop. The weight of his secret weighed heavily on his conscience, but deep down he knew that the truth would inevitably come to light, and when it did, he would have to face the consequences of his deception head on. Until then, he remained trapped in a web of lies of his own making, his digital secrets lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. Bro, we're starting the new year off crazy. Deborah's going crazy over killing Liam. We got a lock-in at the pub with 5 women. I suppose they're enjoying themselves. And Matthew's hiding another dark secret. And this mysterious husband Clara has. What's this year starting with? It's starting with drama. This year's starting with crazy drama. Guys, I don't know what's going on, guys, but let's read it. Matthew's heart pounded in his chest as he scrolled through the messages on Clara's phone. His hands trembled with a mixture of dread and disbelief. With each swipe, he knotted his stomach tight, anticipating and belling with each passing second. And then he saw it, the damning evidence that shattered his world into a million jagged pieces. The text messages, innocent in appearance, yet laced with betrayal, confirmed his worst fears. His breath caught up in his throat as he read the words. His mind struggling to process the enormity of what just uncovered. Clara and Harvey together. Oh my god! He found out about them sleeping together. Oh my god! In a way that transcended mere friendship, the realization hit him like a sledgehammer, driving the air from his lungs and leaving him reeling in shock. A surge of anger swept through him, hot and consuming, as he grappled with the betrayal that lay before him. How could Clara, the woman he loved, betray him in such a callous manner? And Harvey, his supposed friend, how could he sink to such depths of deceit? Fury bubbled within Matthew, threatening to consume him whole as he struggled to make sense of the betrayal that had rocked his world. He felt a rage unlike anything he had ever experienced, coursing through his veins like wildfire, burning away the facade of trust that had once bound him to Clara and Harvey. With a trembling hand, Matthew pocketed Clara's phone, the weight of the truth bearing down on him like a leaden weight. He knew that confronting them would only lead to more pain and heartache, but he also knew that he could not ignore the truth any longer. As he stormed out of the room, his mind whirled with a million unanswered questions, each one driving him further into the depths of despair. Betrayal unbroken, Matthew vowed to confront Carla and Harvey, to demand answers to the questions that haunted him, but deep down he knew that no explanation would ever erase the pain of their betrayal. I feel bad for Matthew. What's gonna happen next? He's confronting him. Guys, we're back. I don't even know what to flip and say. Matthew's uncovered the Harvey and Clara's one night stand back in, was it even I feel like it was November. Matthew's eyes blazed with a dangerous intensity as he watched Harvey from the shadows, his hands clenched into fists at his sides. The rage that burned within him threatened to consume him whole, driving him to actions he never thought himself capable of. With a swift and calculated movement, Matthew emerged from the darkness, a menacing figure silhouetted against the dim light of the alley. Harvey's eyes widened in alarm as he registered the danger that loomed before him, his instincts urging him to flee, but it was too late. Before Harvey could react, Matthew lunged forward, grabbing him by the collar with a strength born of fury. Harvey versus Matthew! The face of the impact knocked Harvey off balance, sending him stumbling backward into the alleyway. So he fell and then smashed his face off the wall. What the hell? Fear flashed across Harvey's face as he struggled against Matthew's iron grip. But it was futile. With a grunt of excitement, Matthew dragged him further into the shadows, his mind consumed by a single burning desire for vengeance. As it disappeared into the darkness, the echoes of Harvey's desperate cries reverberated off the walls, a haunting testament to the terror that gripped him in that moment. And in the stillness of the night, a chilling question hung in the air, unanswered and anonymous. Is time up for Harvey? Oh! Oh my god! Is Matthew gonna kill Harvey? No way, bro! Oh my god, is Matthew going to kill Harvey? I don't know, this year's going to get crazy so far. It's time up for Harvey. Guys, we're back with this one. Matthew and Harvey is going crazy. Is Harvey dead? Listen. The dim light of the abandoned warehouse cast eerie shadows across the floor as Matthew stood over Harvey, his hand trembling with the weight of the gun he held. What the fuck? Harvey's eyes widened in horror as he realised the depth of the danger he was in. But it was too late to escape the reckoning that had come for him. Matthew, please, Harvey pleaded, his voice crackling with desperation. Whatever it is, we can talk about it. There's no need for this. Harvey's not the end of the day. He's like a main character. Like, come on. And plus, he's literally in the Beatles. Like, come on. He's literally Trenton's uncle and Shelby's brother. Come on. But Matthew's gaze was cold and unyielding as he levelled the gun at Harvey's chest. His fingers poised on the trigger. Talk won't change what you've done. He spat. His voice laced with venom. You betrayed me, Harvey. You betrayed us all. Harvey's face paled as the full weight of Matthew's accusation crashed down upon him. Realization dawning in his eyes. Clara, he whispered, his voice barely audible over the pounding of his heart. You found out about Clara. Matthew's jaw clenched at the mention of her name. His grip on the gun tightened with each passing second. Put the gun down, please, Matthew. You took everything from me, he growled, his voice thick with emotion. You took her from me. In that moment, Matthew's resolve hardened into steel as he stared down at the man who had betrayed him. Without another word, he pulled the fucking trigger! The deafening roar of the gunshot echoing through the empty warehouse as Harvey's lifeless body crumbled to the ground. No! Matthew was consumed by a culminating whirlwind of emotions, grief, anger, and an overwhelming sense of loss. And as he stood alone in the darkness, the weight of his action burned down. Matthew couldn't help but wonder, was it worth it? Oh my god! Bah! Harvey, no! Matthew killed Harvey. No! Oh my... Harvey! Matthew's gotta pay for it. Matthew has gotta pay. Rest in peace, Harvey Lane.
Things we lost to the flames, things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered into ash.
Guys, I don't know what's going on at the bar, but stop going on. As the evening wore on and the laughter of chattel, a sudden flicker of orange caught Clara's eye. At first, she dismissed it as nothing more than a trick of the light. But as the glow grew brighter, she felt a cold knot of fear form in the pit of her stomach. Fire! Somebody shouted, their voice cutting through the din like a knife. Panic erupted as the flames spread, licking hungrily at the dry wood of the barn. In an instant, the drummer atmosphere was replaced by chaos and confusion as guests scrambled to escape the inferno. Clara's heart pounds in her chest as she searched frantically for a way out, the acrid smoke sight stinging her eyes and throat. In the chaos, she caught sight of Jill, her face pale with and Boglo, his usual calm expression replaced by one of grim determination. With a surge of adrenaline, Clara pushed through the crowd, her only thought to reach safety before it was too late. But as they neared the door, a sudden explosion rocked the barn. What? Sending debris flying and blocking her path. Oh no! Trapped and surrounded by flames, Clara felt a wave of despair wash over her. In that moment, she knew that their lives hung in the balance and that escape would not come easily. Oh! Ah! Oh my god, stop me twice, I'm going crazy! I feel so bad. Bro, someone's gonna end up dying. It's obvious like that somebody dies and stuff. Obviously, last year it was like 5 deaths. Like with Lily Felicio, Patsy, and Deanne Marco Jackson. No, but I mean, like this year is just so sad.
Things we lost to the flames, things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered into ash. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire.
Guys, we're back. The fire at the barn is going crazy, guys. We're gonna say, amidst the chaos of the raging fire, Boglo. So each episode is gonna be centered probably around 2 people. So Boglo this episode. Boglo found himself gripped by a sudden urge to unburden himself of a dark truth that had weighed heavily on his conscience for far too long. What? With flames licking at the edges of the barn, casting an eerie glow over the scene, he stepped forward, his voice trembling with determined. I need to confess something, Boglo began. His words barely audible over the crackling of the inferno. Christmas 23, Abraham Harris.
Oh, Boglo. I love you so much and you don't understand what I've done to have you here by myself, you ungrateful and dishonest. I lost my job as a teacher, I've killed Jerry Felicio, and for what? For you, Boglo, because I love you and always will. This is how it's gonna go. I am gonna do it with you, then I'm gonna strangle you to death, maybe the rough kind of thing. Then I'm gonna bury your body and no one will ever find it. Maybe then you will see what I will do for you.
Realize for 1 minute what you were doing. You kidnapped me off the street, bought my OnlyFans, killed an innocent man, and stalked and obsessed over me for months. You faked your death. How are you alive? I pushed you off that roof. I will not let you think you're a bigger man in all of this, Abraham. You had it all and lost it all, and you had to do this on Christmas Day off all days. Go die, Abraham. Get off of me, Abraham! Get off!
Is Abraham's brother, but will Boglo report Abraham's death to the authorities, or will he keep it hidden and take it to his grave?
Abraham Harris, he was my OnlyFans star, yeah. That's it, alright. His admission hung in the air like a heavy fog, the gravity of his words sinking in as a stunned silence enveloped the group. Clara's eyes wide in shock, her heart pounding in her chest as he exchanged a bewildered glance at Jill, who stood frozen beside her. Bogle's voice quivered as he continued, the firelight dancing across his angular features. I was kidnapped. What? That wasn't on the rooftop. It was self-defense. I didn't mean to. I killed Abraham Harris. As his confession echoed through the barn, the flames seemed to flicker in response, casting an ominous glow over the gathered group. Clara and Jill exchanged a solemn nod, silently acknowledging the weight of their friend's revelation and the need to keep his secret safe. Okay, they're keeping this. Why didn't I ever find out about this? Bogle killed Abraham Harris. I thought he died on that rooftop in October 2023. Not Christmas. He came back on Christmas Day. I'll keep the secret safe, but oh my Bogle killed Abraham Harris on Christmas Day 2023. It's finally revealed to everyone. Oh my, what? I didn't even know that.
Things we lost to the flames. Things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered into ash. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire.
What's up, guys? We're back. Right. Guys, we're literally back, guys. So listen. As the flames roared around them, casting twisted shadows across the barn, Clara summoned every ounce of courage she possessed. With steely resolve, she turned to face Toby. So this is Clara's episode. Her voice trembling but unwavering. Toby, you raped me. Up! She declared, her words cutting through the chaos of the fire with chilling clarity. The confession hung in the air like a thunderclap, reverberating through the stunned silence that followed. Toby's expression darkened, a cold fury flickering in his eyes as he glared at Clara. You're lying, he spat, his voice laced with venomous denial. But Clara stood her ground, her gaze unwavering as he faced her as silent. No, Toby, I'm telling the truth. In a swift and sudden motion, Toby lunged forward, his hands outstretched as he shoved Clara backward with a brutal force. She stumbled, her body crashing over the baluster of the barn and falling down a few stories. Her body crashing against the charred remains of the barn, pain shooting through her as she hit the ground. The shock of the attack rippled through the group, their cries drowned by the roar of the flames as Toby's action plunged them deeper into the heart of darkness. Oh my god! He attacked Clara, bro! At least everybody's seen that, right? I don't know if everybody's seen it. Maybe just Bob goes on. And then they could help Clara come to... Bro, Clara might die! He pushed her out the flame. Look, he pushed her. And you know the way there's like a barn rain, I'm pretty sure. She pushed her and it broke, of course, because of the fire. And of course, it's a weak barn. And then she flew back. Ah! But my hands be broken one too many times, so I use my voice, I'll be so... We need to pray.
Things we lost to the flames. Things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered shattered into ash. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire.
Guys, we're back after Bogle confessing that he killed Abraham Morris on Christmas Day 2023 in the big Bristol week. What? I didn't expect that! Right, let's keep continuing. As the flames I heard this stunt week's actually massive for stories that have been from the past. I don't know if it's true. As the flames engulfed the barn, casting an eerie glow across the scene of the chaos, so it's focused on Jill this episode. Jill's frantic search led to her nearby shed. With trembling hands, she pushed open the door, her heart pounding in her chest as she braced herself for what lay inside. And there, lying amid the shadows of the top, was Lola's lifeless. Lola's dead. It's confirmed. Her eyes closed in eternal sleep. Horror swept through Jill as she staggered backward, her mind reeling with the devastating truth of what she has found. Flashback to a year earlier, to the dark night when Lola had vanished without a trace. In a shocking revelation, the truth unfolded before her eyes. Frank, consumed by his own demons, had lured Lola into the dark. Frank killed Lola? His twisted desires driving him to unspeakable acts of violence. George, entangled in Frank's web of deceit, had reluctantly aided his friend, burying the secrets of that fateful night beneath layers of lies and deception. Now as the flames danced around them, the full weight of their sins bore down upon them. Lola's lifeless form was a haunting reminder of the darkness that lurked within their midst. In the midst of the inferno, Jill's anguished cries echoed through the night, haunting torment for the innocent that has been lost, and the darkness that threatened to consume them all. And it makes sense. So Jill didn't do it, it was Frank. Yeah, she kidnapped her way back there last year. But Frank got her and killed her and buried her at George's barn. It was confirmed, she was presumed dead. But now there's a lifeless body that's deceased and now it's burned. I don't know what to think of this stuff. Lola confirmed dead. Bogle admitting to killing Abraham Harris. I don't know, this stunt is so massive, it's hurting me inside. Let's see what happens next.
Things we lost to the flames, things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered into ash. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire.
Guys, we're back. Bro, Lola's been confirmed dead. Bogle admitted to killing Abraham Morris. Everyone's been worried. Secrets are being revealed. I told you George's farm was completely a mess. As the flame licked at the edges of the photograph, Toby's eyes, so this is focused on Toby, widened in disbelief as he recognised the faces captured within its frame. There, staring back at him, was a younger version of himself, standing next to Frank Robinson, a man he had come to despise for his cruelty and deceit. A surge of conflicting emotions washed over Toby, shock, anger, and a profound sense of betrayal. How could he have been so blind to the truth for so long? The pieces of the puzzle fell into place with chilling clarity, revealing a connection that he knew for a while. In that moment, amidst the chaos of the burning barn, Toby was confronted with a truth that threatened his short shot as well. He was Frank Robinson's son. So Frank cheated way years ago, years and years ago, a fact that filled him with a mixture of dread and uncertainty about what the future might hold. With a heavy heart and a mind swirling with questions, Toby clutched the photograph tightly, his gaze fixed on the flames as they consumed the only tangible evidence of the shocking revelation that he had uncovered. And Clara's have literally admit, like, Clara's in danger because she admitted that he told Toby about the book. His identity, he's Frank Robinson's son! What is going on this? This barn explosion is confirming things, everything. The Abraham Harris stuff, the Lola stuff, Clara admitting, telling Toby to his face that he raped her.
These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. Do you understand that we will never be the same again? Do you understand that we will never be the same again? The future's in our hands and we will never be the same again. The future's in our hands and we will never be the same again. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. Flames they licked the walls, tenderly they turned to dust all that I adored.
Guys, it's the final episode of the Big Stunt Week. Let's see what's going on. As the firefighters battled the roaring flames and the ambulances arrived, a sense of dread hung heavy in the air. Amidst the chaos and devastation, Vanessa's lifeless body was discovered. Her form charred and unrecognizable amidst the rubble. The news spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves through the already shaken survivors. Tears streamed down their faces as they grappled with the harsh reality of Vanessa's untimely demise. She had been a beloved mother, a devoted wife, and now she was gone, taken from them in a cruel twist of fate. Amidst the grief and sorrow, there was a profound sense of love, a gaping hole left in the hearts of those who had known and loved Vanessa. Her absence would be felt keenly, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of tragedy. As the survivors gathered amidst the smoldering ruins, their minds reeled with unanswered questions and unspoken regrets. Vanessa's death served as a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of existence, a somber testament to the fragility of life. In the wake of the tragedy, they would carry the weight of Vanessa's loss with them, a heavy burden that would linger long after the flames that had been extinguished and the smoke had cleared. The memory of her would live on in their hearts, a poignant reminder of the precious of every moment and the need to cherish those we hold dear while we still can. Rest in peace, Vanessa. But I know I didn't know you long, and it was George at the B, not you. He was met with you. Rest in peace. Vanessa Robinson, rest in peace. Stunt weekends in tragedy. Boggo's made it out alive. Clara's in intensive care. There's a lot to go past. Toby's true identity revealed. The case of Lola finally closed. Boggo killed Abraham Morris. That'll be kept under the sweat. Lives have changed after one single night. Guys, after the crazy stunt week last week, we're back with Jill, guys. So Vanessa was found dead, you know, Jill's adoptive mum, in the barn fire. A lot of revelations. Boggo revealed he killed Abraham Harris. Clara finally stood up to Toby, told her rape. We found out that Toby is Frank Robinson's son. And we found out that Lola is officially pronounced dead. Her body was found, so, in the barn. So there's a lot to go on with and seeing what's happening next. So there's definitely going to be a massive implications and what's going to happen next with all of this. Let's see. Jill sat alone in the dimly lit living room, her thoughts consumed by the overwhelming weight of grief that settled heavily upon her chest. Vanessa's sudden and tragic death had her reeling, her emotions raw and unsteady as she struggled to come to terms with the devastating loss. Tears welled up. Hang on, I was thinking of doing something like this, guys, for this, like a new kind of angle. Tears welled up in Jill's eyes as she clutched a framed photograph for her and Vanessa's absence. Her presence felt in every cherished memory and cherished possession. Jill longed to hear her mother's voice once more. To reel the warmth of her embrace, but now all she was left with was a profound sense of emptiness. In the days that followed, Jill found herself grappling with a turmoil of conflicting emotions, anger, sorrow, and a deep sense of longing for the mother she had lost. She yearned for closure, for some semblance of understanding in the face of such senseless tragedy, but it remained elusive, just out of reach. As she navigated the turbulency of her grief, Jill clung to the memory she shared with Vanessa, finding solace in the love they had shared and the bond that would forever unite them. Though Vanessa was gone, her spirit lived on in Jill's heart, a guiding light in the darkness of her sorrow. So yeah, there's a lot to go on after the big, massive stunt week last week, and I'm not fully over the big, massive stunt week. It was unexpected. I didn't expect something like that to happen. We'll just have to see what happens next with Jill. Guys, we're back. The final melodrama of the week. I'm getting a bit scared. I don't know what's going on here, but let's see. In a chilling turn of events, Matthew's possession of Vanessa's bracelet serves a dominating revelation. Wait, what? The glint of the bracelet in his hand casts a shadow of doubt over his innocence, exposing him as the perpetrator of Vanessa's What? Matthew killed Vanessa! That means he killed Harvey, and now he killed Vanessa, bro. He's evil. No way. As the truth dawns on those gathered, a palpable tension grips the air, suffocating the atmosphere of a sense of dread and disbelief. Matthew's stoic facade begins to crack under the weight of scrutiny, his eyes betraying a flicker of guilt amidst the chaos unfolding around him. With Vanessa's bracelet serving as damning evidence against him, the harrowing truth of the fate stands poised to shatter the fragile peace of the community, leaving them reeling in the wake of this shocking revelation. Bro, what are we gonna do about Matthew, bro? Matthew. Two people he's killed. Harvey, that nobody knows about except me, because he was confronting him about the affair. And now Vanessa. Why did he kill Vanessa? Like, yeah, Harvey, I'll say, yeah, there was a reason to. But Vanessa, that means that Matthew lit the barn on fire. That means George must have invited Matthew. Because remember he said invited a lot of people to the community? What if he invited Matthew? And then, he didn't turn up, and George was like, alright, he didn't turn up. But he did. And he set fire to the barn, trying to kill everyone inside. But it ended with Vanessa's death. Oh my god. Guys, we're back for the finale of the courtroom. I heard this is a massive one. In the tense courtroom, as drug dealer Ian awaited his verdict, a sudden hush fell over the room. The judge's voice was barely a whisper as he prepared to deliver the sentence that would seal Ian's fate. What was it? Let's say. But before the judge could utter a single word, a single gunshot echoed through the chamber, shattering the silence. Time seemed to stand still as everyone turned towards the sound, their eyes widening shut. There, standing at the back of the room, was a lone figure, a sniper rifle cradled in their arms. Their gaze was steely, unwavering as they locked eyes with Ian, the target of their deadly aim. In an instant, another shot rang out, and Ian's body jerked backwards. A crimson blossom blooming over on his forehead. He slumped to the ground lifeless, the light of his eyes extinguished forever. Oh my god, Ian's dead! Boom erupted as screams filled the air. Chaos descending upon the once ordinary courtroom. People scrambled to cover, their frantic movements a blur of fear and desperation. Amidst the turmoil, the lone figure disappeared into the shadows, their mission accomplished with deadly precision. And as the authorities rushed to secure the scene, the grim reality of Ian's demise settled over the courtroom like a heavy shroud, casting a pall over sorrow and uncertainty over all of those who bore witness to the 8 tragic events that had just unfolded. Ah! No, he never got justice! He never got justice! There was never justice served. What, he got shot in the head? He's dead! That's not justice! He deserved to spend the rest of his life in prison! Never meant to. Oh. Oh. He never got justice. He never got justice for the crimes he committed. And he never will now that he's dead. But who did it? Ian's dead. His reign of terror is over. But he didn't deserve to die. He deserved to be rotten in prison for the crimes. All the people. What? He came in being a knight in shining armour last May, and now he's leaving dead by a gunshot to the head. He deserved to die. He didn't deserve to die. He deserved to rot in prison for the crimes he committed. Just like Frank Robinson and all. And Christos. He deserved to rot. Know what he did. But now he's dead. And there's nothing we can do. Who did it? Guys. Don't know what to say, bro. We're back. Let's see what's going on. In the depths of Matthew's tortured sight, a darkness festered, fueling his instable thirst for blood. Unbeknownst to the townsfolk, Matthew's hands are stained with the blood of his victims, Harvey, Vanessa, and now Ian. So it was Matthew. His actions mark him as a serial killer, driven by a twisted desire for power and control. As the truth of Matthew's crimes remains hidden from view, the town teeters on the brink of chaos, unaware of the danger lurking in their midst. Behind closed doors, Matthew grapples with the demons that torment him, his mind consumed by the darkness that threatens to consume him whole. Meanwhile, whispers of fear and suspicion spread like wildfire through the community, fueled by the unsettling realization that a killer walks among them. But no evidence to support their fears. The truth remains elusive, buried beneath layers of deception and deceit. Yet even as Matthew's facade of normality crumbles, his thirst for blood remains unquenched. With each passing day, the spectre of his crimes looms larger, casting a long and ominous shadow over the once peaceful town. And through the truth may remain hidden for now, its presence hangs heavy in the air, a grim reminder of the darkness that lurks within the human soul. To be continued. Guys, we're back. Oh my god. Matthew's maleficence knows no bounds. A dark force that twists and corrupts everything it touches. Behind his mask of normality lies a heart devoid of infamy, fueled only by thirst for power and control. With each passing day, his sinister intentions become more apparent, his actions guided by a cruel and calculating mind. In the shadows, Matthew plots his next move, his thoughts consumed by visions of chaos and destruction. He moves through the world with a cold and calculated demeanour, his every action designed to sow discord and despair. Those who dare to stand in his way are met with swift and retribution, their lives torn apart by his instable appetite for cruelty. With a flick of his wrist, he condemns his victims to a fate worse than death, their screams echoing in the darkness as he reveals in their suffering. But even as Matthew's reign of terror spreads, there are those who refuse to cower in fear. They stand united against the darkness, a resolve unshakable in the face of evil. But for they know that as long as Matthew walks the earth, no one is safe from his wrath. But little do they know, Matthew's maleficence runs deeper than they could ever imagine. Beneath his calm exterior lies a storm of darkness, ready to unleash its fury upon the world. And as the shadows close in around them, they realise that the true face of evil has been lurking among them all along. He was just nice. He's going crazy. Guys, we're back with the whole Matthew stuff. Seriously, he's a serial killer. He's killed Harvey. He's killed Vanessa, and now he killed Ian in the courtroom. He's going crazy. He's a serial killer. He's evil. I remember him coming, Matthew and Rodriguez, he was very nice with Clara and all, and he's still with Clara, but I wonder, is he going to kill Clara? I never realised what evil he is, but he really, but plus his abuser dad is back, so maybe that's made him go this way. I don't know. Matthew stands before, maybe it was really the click of the night bulb after the affair, and then he killed Harvey, and then he killed Vanessa, lit the barn on fire, and then he's shot in with a sniper in the court and killed him. So Matthew stands before Clara, his expression unreadable, as if covered from stone. The weight of his words hangs heavy in the air, a suffocating silence enveloping them both. Clara's heart pounds in her chest, each beat a painful reminder of the fragile nature of their relationship. "I'm sorry, Clara," Matthew finally says, his voice barely above a whisper, "but we're done. We can't do this. I can't do this anymore." Oh! I knew it. Clara's breath catches in her throat, her mind reeling with disbelief. She searches his face for any sign of hesitation, any glimmer of doubt, but finds none. His resolve is firm, unwavering, and it cuts to her to the core. Why, she manages to choke out, her voice raw with emotion. "What did I do wrong?" "It's not you," Matthew replies, his tone pained. "It's me. I can't keep pretending that everything is okay when it's not. I've been lying to myself, to you, and I can't do it anymore." Tears blur Clara's vision as she struggles to comprehend the sudden unraveling of the relationship. She reaches out to him, desperate to bridge the growing chasm between them, but he recoils as if her touch burns. "I'm sorry, Clara," Matthew repeats, his voice heavy with regret, "but this is the best for both of us." With those final words, he walks away, leaving Clara standing alone in the wreckage of what was once their love. Holy crap. Guys, we're back with Matthew. I don't know what's going on here, but, you know, he's a serial killer, he's evil. Clara needs to watch out. People need to watch out. Matthew's words cut through the air like a razor-sharp blade, slicing through Clara's defences and leaving her vulnerable and exposed. She staggers backwards, the venom in her voice poisoning her soul, leaving a bitter taste in her mouth. The weight of his accusation presses down on her, crushing her spirit beneath its suffocating grasp. Tears spill from Clara's eyes, hot and stinging, and as she struggles to comprehend the cruelty of his words. "Bitch!" he spits. "Ah!" Each syllable dripping with contempt and dissent. "That's what you are, a bitch. Ah!" The pain of his betrayal lances through Clara's heart like a dagger, leaving behind a searing ache that refuses to be ignored. She wants to lash out, to scream and curse and fight back, but she's frozen in place, paralysed by the depth of his betrayal. With a final scornful glance, Matthew turns on his heel and stalks out the door, leaving Clara alone in the echoing of silence of their shattered dreams. And as the door slams shut behind him, the harsh reality of his words settles over her like a suffocating blanket, smothering her hopes and leaving her drowning in a sea of despair. Matthew's pure evil. He is. He's nothing to lose. Matthew, I don't know what could have turned Matthew this way. It's definitely a fair, probably one thing. And then maybe as a abuser dad coming back. That could have been both of them combined because they happened around the same time. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Guys, we're back. I don't know what's going on here. The tranquility of the church was shattered by a sudden intrusion of Matthew. What's Matthew doing here? Well, he's a serial killer, by the way. His expression twisted with rage and desperation. Without a word, he barged into the sacred space, his eyes wild with fury as he scanned the empty pews. Pastor Claymore, caught off guard by the sudden, barely had time to react before Matthew's powerful blow sent him reeling backward. With a sickening thud, the pastor crashed to the ground, dazed and disordered. What's he doing to Pastor Claymore? Oh my god, no way is Matthew going to kill Pastor Claymore. Oh my god. Clara, who had been seeking solace in the quiet sanctuary, was nowhere to be found, but Matthew's eyes burned with a fierce determination as he searched for her. His hands clenched into fists. He roared her name, his voice echoing off the stone walls. The air crackled with tension as Matthew's frenzied search continued, his footsteps echoing loudly in the empty church. His mind raced with thoughts of revenge and retribution, his heart consumed by a burning desire to make Clara pay for her perceived betrayal. Oh my god. As the echoes of his shouts faded into the silence, Matthew's gaze fell upon the empty altar, a chilling sense of foreboding settling over him. With a final desperate cry, he vowed to find Clara, no matter the cost, and make her pay for her sins. Ah! He attacked Pastor Claymore, bro! He attacked Pastor Claymore! Nah, he needs to be paid now. His came up and is coming now. Guys, we're back. I don't know what's going on, but this is crazy. Now let's say the halls of Melodrama High were thrown into chaos as Matthew stormed through the double doors, his eyes ablaze with fury. Oh shoot. Students and teachers alike turned to stare, startled by the sudden intrusion and the palpable tension in the air. With determined strides, Matthew made his way through the crowded corridors, his gaze fixed on one person, his father, Tom Rodriguez, the new principal of Melodrama High. Tom stood at the end of the hallway, his expression a mixture of surprise and disapproval as he watched his son approach. Without a word, Matthew closed the distance between them, his fists clenched at his sides. He stopped just inches away from Tom, his chest heaving with anger as he stared down at the man who had caused him so much pain. Matthew, what are you doing here? Tom demanded, his voice tight with irritation. But Matthew didn't respond. Instead, he drew back his arm and delivered a powerful punch to his father's jaw. Oh, I'm sorry, but Tom does deserve that. But whoa, the sound of impacts echoing through the hallway. Tom staggered back and caught off guard by the sudden assault, his hand flying to his face as he stumbled. You're a disgrace, Tom spat, his words laced with venom as he straightened himself, his gaze cold and unforgiving. But Matthew didn't stick around to hear more. With one last look of contempt, he turned on his heel and stormed out of the school, leaving a stunned silence in his wake. The students and teachers watched in disbelief as he disappeared from sight, his anger leaving a puddle of tension hanging in the air. Bro, is Matthew going on a flipping warpath right now? I don't know, he punched his father, punched Pastor Claymore. What is going on? I'm so scared. To be continued. Guys, we're back. Don't know what's going on with Matthew, but he's on a warpath. As Matthew's footsteps pounded against the pavement, his mind raced with tumultuous thoughts. His heart thudded heavily in his chest, a concurrent of emotion swelling within him. Finally, he arrived at a familiar doorstep of his family home. Oh shoot, Claudia. His breath coming at ragged grasp. Without hesitation, he pushed open the door and stepped inside, his eyes scanning the living room until they fell upon his mother, Claudia, sitting on the couch. She looked up, her expression one as she took in the disheveled appearance of her son. Matthew, what's wrong? Claudia asked, rising to her feet and crossing the room to meet him. Matthew took a deep breath, steeling himself for what he was about to say. He knew that his words would shatter his mother's world, but he couldn't keep the truth hidden any longer. Mum, he began, his voice barely a whisper. There's something I need to tell you. Claudia's brow furrowed in confusion as she watched her son's troubled expression. What is it, Matthew? You can tell me anything. Matthew swallowed hard, the weight of his confession heavy on his shoulders. I've done some terrible things, Mum, he admitted, his voice trembling with emotion. I killed Harvey Lane, Vanessa, and Ian. Ah! Claudia's eyes widened in shock, her hand flying to her mouth as he struggled to comprehend his words. Matthew, what are you saying? You couldn't have. But Matthew shook his head, his gaze haunted by the memories of his actions. I wish it weren't true, Mum, but it is. I've hurt so many people and I can't live with the guilt anymore. Tears welled up in Claudia's eyes as she reached out to grasp her son's trembling hands. Oh, Matthew, she whispered, her voice thick and personal. We'll get through this together. I'll help you, I promise. And as mother and son held each other tight in a tight embrace, they knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together, united in love and support. No. To be continued. This is getting crazy. The final minute. Oh my god, I don't know. I think next week's Stomp Week, bro. It's getting crazy. I don't know what's going on. Guys, we're back. The final melodrama, and I'm telling you, Claudia's found out about Matthew's evil crimes. As Claudia recoiled in horror at her son's chilling words, her heart plummeted with dread. She couldn't believe what she was hearing, couldn't fathom that her own flesh and blood could be capable of such unspeakable acts. Matthew, no, she cried out, desperation lacing her voice as she reached out to grab his arm to stop him from leaving, but he shrugged her off with a violent jerk, his eyes blazing. I have to do this, Mum, he muttered, his voice low-thing. I am killing again. Ah! Claudia's heart shattered as she watched her son rush out of the house, leaving her standing alone in the wake of his thing. With trembling hands, she reached for her phone, her fingers tumbling as she dialed 911, her mind racing with fear and uncertainty. But before she could utter a single word, a powerful force slammed into her from behind, sending her spiraling down a staircase in a tangle of limbs and pain. As her body collided with each unforgiving step, agony ripped through her, stealing breath from her lungs, leaving her battered and broken at the bottom of the stairs. Though the pace of pain in check, Claudia's thoughts whirled without a desperate plea for anyone to stop her son before it was too late. But as darkness closed in around her, she knew that her prayers had come too late, and that Matthew's reign of terror would continue unchecked. Bro! Matthew just pushed Claudia down the stairs! Oh my god, my god, my god, my god. Guys, next week is Stomp Week, guys. Do not miss it, guys. Matthew's reign of terror is coming to an end next week. Guys, don't miss it, guys. It's all going on, guys. Literally, this is 1 week, bro. Literally, I heard there's a big siege. I heard there's a car crash. I heard there's a thing at Melodrama High, a siege and all. I don't know what's going on, but next week, the SWAT teams and all going on, bro. It's going to be crazy next week, bro. No, bro, will Claudia survive the flip and fall? Oh my god, I don't know what to think anymore. Will Matthew kill again? This is getting crazy, bro. I don't know what to think about. Guys, second part, Stomp Week 2025. As Matthew's manic gaze scanned the room, his eyes fell upon the closet door. With a chilling resolve, he stalked towards it. His steps echoing ominously in the silent house. Claudia's heart pounded in her chest as she watched her son's every move, fear coursing through her veins like wildfire. Before she could react, Matthew yanked open the closet door and roughly shoved Claudia inside. His hands trembling with a frenzy of energy. She stumbled and fell against the black door, her breath catching in her throat as she realized the gravity of the situation. Matthew, please. She pleaded, her voice muffled by the darkness of the closet. Don't do this, you don't have to do this. But her words fell on deaf ears as Matthew slammed the closet door shut, sealing her inside with nothing but her own terror for company. With shaking hands, Claudia groped in the darkness, searching desperately for a way out, but her efforts were in vain. Meanwhile, Matthew's mind raced with a singular purpose as he made his way back into the living room. His fingers curled around the cold metal of the gun. His grip tightening with a sense of grim determination. He knew that what he had to do, what he was compelled to do. With one final glance back at the closet where his mother was in prison, Matthew steeled himself for what lay ahead. He was a man on a mission, driven by his own twisted desires and consumed by the darkness. As he stepped out into the night, the echoes of his mother's cries fading into the distance, Matthew's mind burned with a single chilling thought. There would be bloodshed tonight and no one would be able to stop him. Oh my god. He's evil. So I think he's worse than evil Abraham Harris. To be continued as Stomp Week pushes on. Guys, we're back. With a wild look in his eyes, Matthew stormed into the bustling pub. The noise of conversation and laughter grinding to an abrupt halt as all eyes turned to him. His grip on the gun was tight, his fingers trembling a mix of adrenaline and desperation. Where is she? He bellowed, his voice echoing off the walls. Where's Clara? Oh shoot. Panic rippled through the crowd as patrons cowered in fear, some ducking under tables while others pressed against the walls, hoping to avoid Matthew's wrath. The bartender, a young woman with wide eyes and shaking hands, took a step back, her gaze flickering between Matthew and the door. I don't know what you're talking about, she stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. But Matthew wasn't listening. His eyes scanned the room frantically, searching for any sign of Clara amidst the chaos. His heart pounded in his chest as he fought to control the rising tide of rage and despair, threatening to consume him. She's here, he growled, his voice loud and menacing. I know she is, and I won't leave until I find her. And he moved through the crowd. His gaze fell upon a familiar face hurling in the corner. His eyes widened with terror. Clara. Relief flooded through him, followed swiftly by a surge of fury as he realised she tried to escape him once again. Without hesitation, Matthew marched towards her, his steps purposeful and wavering. Clara's eyes widened in horror as she watched him approach, her breath catching in her throat. Matthew, please, she whispered, her voice barely audible over the din of the pub. Don't do this, you don't have to do this. But her pleas fell on deaf ears as Matthew reached the table. You slept with Harvey and you know what you did. His grip on the gun tightening with a steely resolve. With a cold cutting gaze, he levelled the weapon at Clara, his finger hovering over the table trigger. It's over, Clara, he spat. This ends now. And with that, he pulled the trigger. Ah! Oh! He shot Clara! To be continued. Guys, we're back. Guys, I don't know what's going on, but the stuntman continues on. The screech of tires echoed through the night as Matthew tore out of the pub's parking lot. His heart pounding in his chest, panic surged through him, his mind racing with adrenaline-fueled chaos of the moment. But as he glanced at the gun clutched tightly in his hand, a sickening realization washed over him. The gun never fired. Oh! Wait, no, it missed Clara. Oh my god, it missed Clara. Let's go. In his haste to escape, he hadn't noticed the figure stepping out into the road. What? A sickening thud reverberated through the air as Matthew's car collided with Jay as he came out of Melodrama High. No! The impact sending him hurtling through the air before crashing to the pavement in a twisted heap. Time seemed to slow to a crawl as Matthew's car turned out of control. The screech of metal against asphalt mingling with the horrified screams of onlookers. The world spun in a dizzy blur as Matthew fought to regain control of the vehicle, his heart pounding in his ears as he struggled to make sense of the chaos unfolding around him. But it was too late. In a deafening roar of twisted metal incident, the car flipped up, rolling over and over before coming to a rest in a mangled wet rank on the side of the road. For a moment there was silence. A stunned hush fell over the scene as bystanders watched in horror, their eyes wide with shock and disbelief. And then, as the gravity of the situation sank in, chaos erupted once more. Sirens wailed in the distance as emergency responders rushed to the scene, their shouts and commands lost in the kind of fear and confusion. As the dust settled, Matthew emerged from the wreckage. Oh my god, he's still alive, that evil! His body bruised and battered, his mind reeling from the magnitude of what had just transpired. Tears welled up in his eyes as he stumbled away from the scene, his thoughts consumed by the weight of his actions. In that moment, he knew there would be no escaping the consequences of his choices. Lives had been shattered, futures destroyed, and there was no going back. And as he disappeared into the night, haunted by the echoes of his past, he was heading straight for Melodrama High. Oh my god! Jay! Rest in peace, bro. Bro, we only knew him for like a month. Stunt week continues. Guys, we're back so far. Next week is also the continuation of Stunt week, but let's see what's going on here for the finale of this week one. Jill's heart shattered into a million pieces as she learned the truth about her mother, Vanessa. The woman who had raised her, loved her, and guided her had been involved in unspeakable. Her betrayal cut Jill to the core. Shelby's breath cut her in the throat as she discovered the truth about her brother Harvey's death. The brother she had once idolized had been taken from her by the very person she had come to despise the most. leaving behind a void that could never be filled. The devastating news of her son Jay's murder, oh, he's dead, hit Jennifer like a physical blow, her world crumbling around her as she struggled to come to terms with the senseless loss of her beloved boy. Clara's mind reeled as she learned the truth about Matthew's crimes. The man she had once loved had been responsible for so much pain and suffering, his actions staining her memories with darkness and betrayal. In the midst of the chaos, one fact stood out above all the rest. Tom Rodriguez, the man they all knew, was the father of the monster who destroyed their lives. The realization sent shockwaves through the group, leaving them reeling with the weight of their collective betrayal. But he ran down a child. He needs to be got. Matthew needs his comeuppance. Guys, welcome back to the next week, guys. Remember, the darkness of the night cloaked the school in an eerie silence, broken only by the distant wail of sirens drawing closer. Matthew's breath came in ragged gasp as he stumbled through the dimly lit corridors, his pulse pounding in his ears. The empty hallways seemed to stretch on forever, each shadowy alcove holding the promise of either sanctuary or capture. With every passing moment, the weight of his crimes bore down on him, driving him further into desperation. Finally, Matthew found himself at the end of a deserted hallway, a dead end looming before him. Frantically, he scanned the surroundings, searching for any means of escape. But as the sound of approaching footsteps grew louder, he realized that his time was running out. With a surge of adrenaline, Matthew pushed open the nearest door and slipped inside, his heart hammering in his chest. Alone in the darkness, he braced himself for the inevitable confrontation, knowing that his fate hung in the balance. So it seems like tomorrow's the finale of Matthew Rodriguez. He's probably going to be caught. Or is he going to shoot himself in the head? I don't know. To be continued. Guys, we're back. Matthew's time is probably coming to an end. As the SWAT team stormed Melodrama High, their flashlights cutting through the darkness like blades, they finally reached the room where Matthew had been taken hostage. With weapons drawn and hearts pounding, they burst through the door, ready to confront the notorious serial killer. But what they found inside was not what they expected. Matthew Rodriguez lay sprawled on the ground, a lifeless figure bathed in his heart glow of their flashlights. Blood poured around, staining the floor prison. Matthew's dead! Ah, did he kill him? Confusion rippled through the ranks of the SWAT team as they surveyed the scene. Who could have taken down Matthew Rodriguez, the most wanted man? The answer eluded them, shrouded in mystery. As they combined through the evidence, searching for any clue that might unravel the enigma of Matthew's demise. One thing became clear: the reign of terror that had gripped the city for so long has finally come to an end. But the question of who had dealt the final blow remained unanswered, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lurked in the shadows. Matthew Rodriguez! He's dead. I remember his first appearance, and now he's dead. I thought he was... He killed Harvey Lane, gunshot to the skull at the start, body at the start of the year. Then he burnt down the barn which killed Vanessa. Then he headshotted Ian in the court, and then he ran down Jay with his car. Remember, he also pushed Claudia down the stairs as well. He was out of control. And he nearly tried to shoot Clara as well. He was out of control. His hive is insanely, and I don't know what to think anymore. Matthew Rodriguez is dead. He's destroyed life. He destroyed so many lives. The serial killer. He is a serial killer. He's no more. He's dead. But who delivered the final blow to him? Just BAM! Someone probably got something, smacked it, and hit him over across the head and killed him. Probably a stapler or something. Bang! Matthew Rodriguez is dead.
Yes, I got what I deserved. Kept you waiting there too long, my love. All that time without a word. Didn't know you'd think that I'd forget. I'd regret special love I had for you. Made me blue. All the days became so long. Did you really think I do you wrong? Dixie, when I let you go,